for Thunder. Something where you don't need to have this hard carry constantly farming where everybody needs to make space for you, but maybe a hard carry who is able to take team fights early on and try to stop Quincy from constantly entering your jungle and being really annoying.
Yeah, and I remember at the first start of the tournament, we were saying we don't like this Ember Spirit 4 thing. We don't like this Ember Spirit 4 thing. It's not good. Stop running it. But actually, Matthew's changed my mind about that. I think it's legit. I think, but you have to be careful not to get suckered in with the idea that this hero is going to give you too much. You know, like it's a good hero. It can transition into a kind of semi-core when the lane game starts going really well. Even if it doesn't, you can still grab like a couple of damage items and feel pretty good about things. You know, I think about for Vlad's that last game and was still having a pretty decent game impact. But the problem arises when your offlaner just gets too little, and there just seems to be big holes in the draft which aren't being filled. You know, Legion and the other carry couldn't really do enough to close out the game, you know, to get their fit into the game, you know, to take fights. They had a couple of good fights, and the Witch Doctor did a lot. I think it was a great pick, but nothing it couldn't have done from the 4 position was my biggest confusion there. So I'm not sure if that's something I want to see them doing again. And if they do, well, if they do run the Ember Spirit 4, then I'd like to see them, you know, pick up also a decent offlane. I think there's a sweet spot you can hit, right, where it's with something which isn't going to be a complete support, but isn't going to be a super farm-dependent core in the offlane. And I think that's what they need to look towards right now.
I mean, any change is better than whatever happened last game. That's what I can tell you. So we could definitely speculate on a lot, and I'm going to agree.
Except the draft, though. Except the draft. I want them to keep a similar drafting style, because I really do think they could have won those lanes, or at least done well in those lanes, but they just made some decisions. SVG kept dangling that carrot, and they couldn't resist going to take a bite, and we know what happens when that happens. But they're going to start with Avenge, so already mixing things up a little bit. You know, this hero, nice flex pick, can go in a lot of different positions, and Quincy, you're going to have to figure this one out.
I kind of like it, because this way, even if you pick a not a super hard carry, like a light carry, or if you pick a hard carry, like Venge buffs that no matter what, right? So even if Quincy are ahead in net worth, you're going to be able to fight back because you got these auras on your side, these natural auras with the Vengeful Spirit.
They banned the Edge rather than the Mirana, and now Quincy crew just take the Mirana.
Dude, they feel good with this hero, man. It's like whichever lane they have pressure in, it's perfect because you get a catapult. Whichever lane you're the one getting pressured, Mirana just TPs there, throws an arrow out, kills the catapult, poof, there goes all the pressure. Now all of a sudden, your other 2 lanes are applying a lot of pressure and you have to go back and defend. There's so many things that this Mirana is capable of doing, and especially these 2 support players. They play an excellent Mirana. SVG, he's always in the right place at the right time with his hero if he needs to defensively throw arrows out to, let's say, protect his mid laner or something like that. So we've watched them play this hero throughout this tournament. It's just so beautiful.
Mirana's been picked up 6 times this tournament and won all but one of those games. And also, surprisingly, or not, Quincy crew have picked it 5 times out of those 6 times. And I'm sure you guys won't hesitate to guess that the one game where they didn't win was not the time Quincy crew played it, but was in fact the time Midas Club played it into Thunder Predator. So, Quincy crew, they've just been smashing it out of the park with this hero. But Thunder Predator's still going to go back for their Ember Spirit here. Now, I was going to say something about how Thunder Predator might have been looking back on the only team which were able to take games off Quincy crew, which was crazy after the first round, and they did it with the Medusa Venge, right? Did they win that game? I think they did.
Yes, Crazy won that game with the Medusa Venge. That was their best game. That was the great showcase of how good aura heroes are with the hard carry against Quincy crew.
Yeah, so maybe this is Thunder Predator, looking through, how can we beat these guys? How did they do it? Venge Medusa.
Oh, Lilith, Legion. Man. Oh, that's another one. They're getting all of their big heroes. Mirana, Elsie, strong early game, strong laning, can pressure you throughout the mid game, and build a goal lead that late game will matter.
Yeah, and Elsie very good versus the Ember Spirit as well. You know, she can purge off his chain, she can duel him up, stop him bouncing around all over the place like a ping pong ball. Very, very strong hero into this guy. And the swap doesn't even do much to the duel either.
Because they still stand there, right? Or they actually run towards each other if they're melee. Yeah. Do you think that Thunder Predator is going to pick Medusa?
I kind of hope they do. I kind of hope they do. I'm not sure if they will or not, if it's their style, but I kind of hope they do. Yeah. What do you think?
Maybe it's possible.
Well,
But
not
I don't
anymore. They're
even
not.
think they need it. Oh, okay. Quincy's like, yeah, dude, this is the only hero that we lost to in this
Yeah.
freaking lower bracket run. Let's just get rid of it. There's no point to let it be in the pool when opponent already picked bench. Good call on the side of Quincy. You don't want to experiment in the grand finals. If you think that's the only way you're losing, then just get rid of it.
Yep. Agreed.
But if they lose this game somehow on the side of Quincy, they will surely just ban bench in the third game because they will know bench is the real reason why, they're losing games. I really think it's a really good hero against Quincy bench because Quincy like to fight with whatever little advantages you have, and bench kind of gives you this advantage for your allies, even though you might be behind because of the auras and the minus armor that she provides, and the save is great too, right? Like the toolkit of bench is just so perfect against Quincy's playstyle.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Actually, I do agree with that. And as you mentioned before, it's not like a hero where you're like worried about who you're going to pick with it. As long as it's a ranged hero, or at least you have one ranged hero to take advantage of the aura, then you're feeling pretty good. And even if you don't, to be honest, it's still fine. Like, Venge is always going to be good with the anti-armor and with the buff to your attributes, so always feeling nice. Interesting that Thunder Predator choose to ban the Spectre. It's not something which Quincy Crew have been playing as much as other teams, but they still just don't want to play into it this game.
For sure, yeah, I agree. It's still one of the strongest carries of the current patch. So, and Yawar plays. Do you remember when Yawar played Spectre? Was that yesterday? He was so freaking farmed.
Yeah. He just plays at everyone. He's like, yeah, I want drums, I want Yasha, I want to go find people, I want to go kill people. I don't care about your Midases or your Radiances or anything like that. That's my kind of Spectre. I much prefer playing that or watching people play that kind of Spectre. I think Radiance is massively overbought on that hero, honestly. It's nice because it's easy and it's simple and it's straightforward, and you could always see why Radiance is going to be good. But I think sometimes you can go in other directions.
I like these lineups where you're not picking these Undyings and these Banes, like these super hard lane winning heroes against Quincy. Yeah, I like these heroes who can like manage themselves well in lanes, like maybe go 50-50, but that are scaling. Right? Undying is like there's only one way you can fight with Undying. They need to be there, and you need to be there, and you drop the tome, and they have to be committed into the clash in order to make it useful, right? So although in the laning you might scrape through, but then later you're useless. But hero like bench, you'll definitely scrape through because you got terror. You can abuse the creep equilibrium with that, and your carry is going to be farming even if it's a position 5 bench. And then later you have a lot of impact, whether if it's a big team fight or not. So it's totally much better opener, at least I feel, for Thunder Predator this game. I'm digging it. I just hope they don't go back for like some Undying stuff again. Like that hero is just not good, especially against good teams who know not to hard engage into Undying lineups early on, always dodging till they get to the point where the tombstone is almost irrelevant, and then they just take fights where they just get pickoffs or something.
Yeah, they'd set themselves up to fail with that Undying as well when there's a Morphling on the team. Like, I'm sure the Morphling's tombstones were way better than the Undying's tombstones in that game as well, which was not what you want to be seeing.
Quincy.
This is a new one for Quincy.
That's a position that's MSS, Dark Willow. That means SVG will play Mirana. And Thunder Predator going with the Rubik. So another fighting hero, position 4 Rubik. Unless it's a position 3 bench. It could be a position 2 Rubik.
It could be, man. I mean, there's some great spells this game. You've got Arrow, which is always amazing with Rubik. You've got Dark Willow. Any of her spells feel really good on Rubik as well with the debuff amplification. Nothing to steal from Legion Commander, really. I mean, you can take the Purge if you really want, which I guess would be good versus a Mirana this game. So yeah, it's an option. But
no. Listen. He's gonna get the damage talent, then he's gonna get the damage steal, then he's gonna steal duel. He's gonna go in there, he's gonna duel that Dark Willow, and kill him on his own.
Deal all their damage with the Fade Bolt, and then jump in and deal it back to them with duel, and then steal more of their damage with the duel. Oh man, I can see it now. Yeah, this is an easy game for Thunder Predator with their right-click Desolator Rubik coming up.
Yeah, Rubik carry. Let's go.
That's it.
That's
I'm
the plan
all
right
in.
here.
Oh man,
I mean, if
Quincy
you
Crew,
guys didn't know at home, we're just playing around, guys. No,
yeah, we're
nobody's
not
playing no
absolute
Rubik
idiots. Just
carry.
disclaimer.
Yeah, just yeah. I mean, some people they don't know, so we gotta clarify for those people, so they understand that it's just a joke. Okay.
Quincy Crew
Queen of
though,
Pain again.
I find it really funny that Quincy Crew, when it was popular, they were like, nah, we don't play that hero. We don't mess with Queen of Pain. Now it's been nerfed. They're just like,
Exactly.
give me the Queen. We want her.
It's surprising to me too. I
You know
guess
what they are?
Quinn has finally figured the hero out after not playing it when it was super popular.
No, dude, Quinn's just a hipster. Quinn's just like, he doesn't like to do it if everyone else is doing it. If it's like super cool, he's just like, nah, I want to be the kid in the corner, you know, wearing the different shirt.
All right. When you see
Beastmaster.
Quinn, you don't really get that idea, as a person from him. But maybe
True enough.
in Dota
True
2,
enough.
that's what he wants to be. Thunder Predator, go with the Beastmaster. I'm telling you, this draft from Thunder Predator for me it feels a lot more like something that can actually deal with Quincy at the moment. I just hope they don't get completely wrecked in lanes somehow. Like if Quincy pick Quincy, this could be a really good Phantom Lancer game for Quincy. I just realized how good that is against Beast, against Rubik, against Venge. Those heroes cannot deal with PL at all.
True enough, although we have seen, okay, this is pretty off the wall, but we've seen actually Beastmasters in the past go for Agams in the late game after they get their auras, and then grab a Kaya and just start spamming
Really?
axes into the into Naga. I don't think so much into PL actually because his illusions don't last very long.
Is this like a one-time thing that happened, or is
so
it like a
this
legit
happened?
like
there was like a
happened
week where it
time?
happened like in 3 different games, and then I haven't seen it since. So you know, it's pretty
I
left
haven't
field
seen
thinking
that,
right
yeah.
now. Yeah, it was a long time ago, but you know, it was. Yeah, I mean, obviously soon enough since the Angdom Chamber. I thought it was garbage personally, but it did happen. So
Okay.
I mean, but no means is Beastmaster a counter to PL or any illusion hero because of that. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Thunder Predator need to be ready for this, man. They need to make sure they've got something to. I mean, not just PL, but any illusion hero. This game looks really good for Quincy Crew. So I'm really hoping that Thunder Predator are prepared. They got the troll. Okay.
Oh, dude, this lineup is legit, dude. It is. I'm surprised they didn't ban Troll because Quincy just picked Legion, right?
Yeah.
They didn't cover this Legion commander, and they actually picked the Troll. They banned some active carries though, Jarcopter and Ricky on the side of Quincy. I think those would have been really good too. But Troll, I think, is actually really good this game.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. I think this is a great troll game. I think if he gets farmed, they're going to have trouble, and Quincy, they're going to go in for the big boy.
Okay. It's not PL because you don't want to play PL into the Troll, I guess. If he has Battle Fury build, it's kind of hard. And the Sven too, I'm not entirely sure you want to play into a Troll. You do have a lot of lockdown with the Dark Willow and the Marana arrows, which is kind of nice. And maybe Queen of Pain will buy yours too. But I do like Thunder's lineup this game. Better than their game 1. That's what I believe.
Firstly, I want to look towards the lanes. Now, it's going to be Leo Style on the Ember Spirit and mid versus the Quap. Therefore, that's going to be a tough lane. Quinn's going to have a good time in this one. MNG is going to be on the Troll Warlord with MJZ on the Venge, backing him up. So that feels like a good lane. They can definitely control up the Legion Commander very nicely with that one. And then up at top, you're going to have Frank on the Beastmaster with Matthew on the Rubik. Again, pretty strong lane into your Waz, Sven, and SVG Marana. It looks like they should do well in this laning phase, which actually gives me hope for the team. I really hope this hope isn't misplaced. Do you agree?
Okay, so if Thunder Predator are like losing in the first 10 minutes, I think they're going to tilt out of this game. That's my opinion. Because I'm not joking.
Out of the series, to be honest.
In game 1, what happens when the team loses game 1? It's like actual psychology in some of these best of 5s. Like I've noticed or experimented with. In best of 5s, the team loses game 1. In game 2, if they don't win the laning stage, like they really legit just start to crumble. And this is one of those lineups where if you start to crumble, you're crumbling real bad on the side of Thunder here, because your comeback mechanics are not really that good. You do have the auras with the beast and the bench, like you can win a fight, but I think QC they're not a team that lets go of the pressure.
No, they 100% won't. I mean, they want to play on your side of the map. They want to play in your fountain.
I want to change my mind on something. Okay,
What's
their
that?
comeback potential on Thunder is actually amazing. I'm completely wrong on that. I disregarded the fact that they have a Beastmaster and a Venge in their lineup. So if as long as the Troll has a pretty good game or a decent game and he gets farmed up, this Venge aura plus a Beast aura is gonna stack up onto the Troll. And QC, all they really have is just like a bunch of disables, right?
Yeah.
So the BKB Troll or an SNY Satanic Troll is still gonna be extremely powerful this game. Like if he goes SNY Satanic, and then you got the auras from the Beast and the Bench, I think he's going to do plenty of damage.
Alrighty, let's find out. Getting into game number 2 of Quincy Crew versus Thunder Predator. And this is the most we've ever favored a draft into Quincy Crew, I think. So Thunder Predator, we're really hoping they do well in this one, but Quincy Crew still formidable. And these guys, you know, they have these little tricks they pull in the laning phase and literally micro plays as well to try and get an edge over their enemies. If these start to be successful in this game, then it could go the other way regardless of the heroes you pick, but hopefully Thunder Predator can put up a good fight into Quincy Crew in this game at number 2. Let's find out how it will go down. Now, one thing to mention is that you've actually got the Beastmaster into Mirana. Now, does the Mirana actually quite like playing into this because she can arrow the boars, or is that not really a factor? Are they not worth it?
It's really hard to actually arrow the boar unless the boar is hitting you. Then you can try to arrow it. But for the most part, I think the Beastmaster will try to play the boar on the left side and keep hitting the Sven.
Okay.
So if it's on the left side and the Mirana is playing on the right side, it's going to have a hard time. And I think he needs to arrow the range creeps anyway to secure the range creep for the Sven.
And it's shiny cape lane up at top. Well, I guess Venge has wings.
Tri-lane. Then Troll 1v1 bottom.
Clash of heroes. I kind of prefer Thunder Predator's tri-lane here, to be honest. They seem to have... I mean, I really value Rubik in tri-lanes for Fade Bolt, and Venge as well, also very good. SPG just getting a lot of free harass onto Frank here, however, but Stun comes down onto Yawar. Being a little bit surrounded here, though. Venge could be in some trouble. She's going to get stunned up by the Stormhammer. Frank comes in from the side, the arrow's going to connect. MJZ going to pop that Fairy Fire, trying to get herself away, but the right clicks come through, and they will kill off MJZ. Yawar taking a decent amount of damage in response here. Frank and Matthew laying it on thick. They've got the Fade Bolt, but unfortunately just doesn't do enough damage to finish off the Sven. So he's going to be able to salve up and will be nice and safe.
Yeah, and if you guys at home are playing support and you're not buying a salve, you're losing lanes. You saw that MSS salve healing up his carry. Oh, Matthew's dead too.
Oh, just stacking the stuns. Stormbolt into Arrow, and it's just another kill. And that's 2 kills up in this top lane now. Quincy Crew are over the moon.
Too many disables for the arrow. It's like if somebody does get arrowed up, you're just dead on the side of Thunder. Unless it's Beastmaster. Beastmaster is a little bit tankier. It's got a bit more HP. Oh, misses the bar.
Yeah, unusual for SVG to arrow something and not actually hit anything with his arrow. He almost always times it so that he gets some range creepers like kind of the backup arrow, but yeah, just taking way too much damage from Matthew in the ball there, so has to jump himself away. Alright, a bit of recovery mode here for Thunder Predator up here at top. You know, not the dream start they were looking for. Maybe getting a bit overzealous with their try a situation and just kind of underestimating the damage which Sacred Arrow can do when that root is applied. Neostyle, meanwhile, laying into Quinn. And we do expect Quinn to be doing very well in this middle lane, but so far, Neostyle is giving him a bit of a spanking.
Styling on him, man. Styling on him right now. I mean, he got hit by the Shadow Strike, so Quinn got a little bit of an opening, but he needs to get one more of the Shadow Strikes on Neostyle here.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about keeping your distance on the Ember. You know, you'll see when it's Ember versus Queen of Pain, the Ember Spirit will always just try and play at maximum distance, not just to avoid harass, but also to give him as much thinking time to dodge the Shadow Strike. And then he can, because it's so important on the Ember Spirit, so that he can play with Flame Guard. But he also needs to play close enough to be able to land the Sleight of Fist onto something as well. So, didn't dodge it.
He didn't dodge it.
Ooh. Costly. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, we've got MNZ and MJZ, which is very confusing, laning into Lelis and Mr. MSS. It's pretty straightforward down here. I think MNZ's having a pretty good time so far. Lelis, he's getting a couple of creeps here and there, but there's a lot of harass to come out from this Troll and this Venge, and I don't think they can match that on Quincy Crew. They're just going to try and play for the lane here. Lelis, though, getting a couple of further stacks up on him right now. And they're going to throw down the Bramble Maze from MSS here, but MNZ is just going to run himself straight through it. Oh, nice tree cut there to get himself through. That might have just got them a kill. It certainly did. Wow, I mean,
Big kill.
usually that's not a maze, but in this situation, oh, mid lane, Quinn getting run down by Leo Style here. He's got the sleight of fist, but can chains come out? He gets the chains. Oh my goodness. Leo Style gets a bit lucky.
Damn, and Quinn's gonna lose the entire creep wave too. Whoa, this is huge. This is so big for Leo Style. What it's done for his team. They're gonna secure the top rune too. That's a haste. Oh my goodness. Look at Quinn. He's an entire level behind. And if Quinn blinks for this haste, he's dead. So he's not gonna do it.
Yeah, no, it's daytime. You can see Matty there. He's not a complete madman. Well, Quinn, his first big test in the middle lane for a very long time here, I would say. Except against that Beast Coast series, which was a bit of a mess because it was straight after a patch. So we'll see if he can come back into this one. He is very good at keeping the control and keeping his cool.
On top?
Yeah, this man is very low, but Frank's actually not that healthy either. In SVG, he's got the leap if he wants to come back in here, but that could be risky. No arrow available for another 10 seconds, however. They're both just going to back themselves off from one another. But I'd say Thunder Predator more or less losing that trade, unfortunately.
Damn, Thunder Predator looking good right now. They're going to be controlling the bounty runes as well if they can get it bottom. Ember's already rotating with the haste. Oh, couldn't get Quinn's bounty. That's just gonna pressure him off.
Yeah, now there is a Willow TPing in here, yeah, Leo Star. Gotta calm down a little bit on this one, my friend. And he will respect Quinn.
Yeah.
See, this is where things could go wrong, right? If you get too carried away on the Ember Spirit, you know, you try to dive a tower, sport TP's in, and all of a sudden you die once and everything just comes swinging back in the other way. So, he knows this though. He's being careful. And,
I think the difference here between Thunder Predator and Quincy is like if this was Quincy's Ember, who's really far ahead, they would have two supports in the mid lane already, utilizing this catapult and pressuring with the Ember Spirit to try to do a lot of tower damage. But if you see on the side of Thunder, they're just letting the Ember stay mid on his own. They just refill his bottle. They're like, okay, just play. They're still playing on the side lanes here with the other guys. Matthew is around here, though, to D-ward at least. That's nice. But this is a very good time for Thunder to try and pressure up the mid tower. If they would bring the bench and the Rubik in. And try to kill people, whoever tries to defend this mid lane.
Yeah, and Matthew's doing a great job on just securing the active runes for Leo Star as well.
Big rune. Arcane, this is best.
Does feel good.
Best rune you can get. On minute 6. Top, they're diving.
Oh, here they go, yeah. You are jumping onto Frank right now. Frank, though, he's pretty healthy. And with that ball slowing him down as well, they could actually threaten him. But Leo Star coming in on this one. Nice movement out from Leo Star there to make sure those chains come off and Yawara is going to lose his life. And a stylish traveling. You see Leo Star, he actually pops the Fire Remnant and gets the kill and TP's back to lane in the same one, meaning he actually clicked the Fire Remnant at mid, just knowing that I was going to get the kill. I mean, that's a cool guys don't look at explosions move.
Dude, this is what I meant with the Arcane rune. You know, he barely used any mana, got a kill top. You cannot dive opponent towers when the opponent mid laner has the rune, right? And I think that was a bit of a misplay coming out from QC there to do that when Quinn is giving information the Ember got the rune bottom.
So just to get this straight, do you value Arcane rune so much that you call it the rune, or were you just mean the active rune?
I think that's the best rune you can get at 6 minutes. Like, it's better than haste and DD because it allows you to take more drawn out fights, especially when the opponent are trying to make a play around anywhere between 6 and 8 minutes. If they take a fight, you're just gonna pop the Arcane, TP somewhere, and you can literally cast like 10 spells without running out of mana.
Fair enough. And that's especially going heroes like Ember Spirit and Queen of Pain as well as they fight over this one. And Leo Star just took a fat stack up at top, which now puts him in a pretty good position when we're looking at the old net worth chart here. So it is Leo Star on the top, closely followed by MNZ on the troll. You know what? These lanes going very damn well.
Yep. I think this is a great game for Thunder. I mean, MNZ though, if he dies here, he does have an ultimate. He should pop his stick first before he gets stunned.
Yeah, but the arrow's going to connect onto him. MSS as well, throwing down the
Ember's on the way.
Bramble Maze, trying to find the kill. MNZ unfortunately can't control himself walking into every single bush. And he's going to back himself up. Now Leo Star comes in. Oh my god, the DD just slaps through him right now. Stun out onto SPG as well. Leo Star not super healthy right now. Going to pop that Flame Guard though. Keep himself okay. Bottle up as well. Quinn can't really commit to this kill as MNZ sees him on the side here. They don't get the stun out in time. And the Quap will blink herself away. Hairstyle, they're going to just run straight back into mid.
Quinn's almost level 8. Leo Style's already level 9.
Yeah.
Yikes. Oh, it's going for the Desolator. I'd rather he went for like a Yule so he can't die against like Dark Willow. And he can save his allies when they're getting dueled and stuff. This physical damage build is just way too greedy, in my opinion.
Is. Like, I understand
you
that
can just let the troll carry, right? Just leave the carrying to the troll. Why you gotta get a Dessa? Just buy the items that let your team survive and fight easier.
For sure, I completely agree. I think this Dessa is not a great idea. I would like to see him going for something like the Yules, maybe Spirit Vessel, because there is a decent amount of healing on Quincy crew.
You got Legion. You can't go Vessel against Legion, I believe.
Oh yeah,
it's extremely hard.
Mobbing.
Yep. All good.
Extremely bad.
You're gonna be smoking up now on the side of QC. But yeah, like utility items first, at least to make sure that you can live or you can save your allies, is definitely a lot better. I think Yules is amazing in this game, especially if the club is going for Orchid. You have a way to save yourself. Now, if you go Deso first, sure, you can snowball.
Frank's going to be in a world of hurt right now. The arrow's going to connect onto him, and he's going to get taken on down
Leo
here.
Styles
That's going to be another kill, but the return coming in here. Leo Style and Matthew on the chase, lift up onto Quinn. Can they bring him down? He's going to try and jump himself away, but the chains come in, the damage comes in, the stun from MJT just to make sure he goes down, and Quinn will pay the price. Not a good trade again from Quincy crew. Now, I think
I've never seen Quinn in this position before, where he's so poor in a game, like in this tournament at least.
Not in this one, no. This is his first challenge for sure. Now, they do have one thing to fall back on, Quincy crew. They've got the Midas spend, and he's just picked up that Midas.
Oh, that's early.
It's something. It's scary.
It's very, very early. Yeah, it's a very good point to make. This Midas Sven, we've seen what he could do, especially if he gets to an Aghanim's in this game. It's just that he is playing up against a Troll dude. It is a good carry matchup. Sven versus Troll Warlord.
Why is that?
Well, Sven likes to burst heroes where Troll can just get on top of you with like a basher and ult you and then stop the Sven from attacking. Right? So, and he attacks extremely quickly. So if the Troll ever gets on top of you with that battle chance, you can't do anything as a Sven. You can't out damage him. And he's gonna have a bunch of lifesteal too. Also, I assume he's gonna go for an SNY Satanic at some point, or at least a Satanic BKB, and then all of a sudden the Sven can't do anything. Like Sven might crit you once or twice, and that's not even gonna bring out like half of Troll's health late game.
True enough, yeah. And also Sven's not a hero which likes building MKB particularly, but with the whirling axes, it's very hard not to. Relying solely on your BKB can be troublesome. Yeah, I can totally see how this matchup could swing in the Troll Warlord's favor. Thing is, I'm wondering how much space Siwa is going to get to farm this game, because he does farm faster with the Great Cleave and the Midas. He's going to be farming much faster with the Troll, even if he does get this Battle Fury, which he's heading towards a very good timing on MNZ. Meanwhile, Quinn under the Moonlight Shadow going to look over towards MJZ here, but MJZ, he's got the TP. Just says, see you later, buddy. I'm out.
I guess at the stage Quinn's at, his Orchid is going to come out so slow. This Ember might just get Deso and then finish a Yules before the Orchid is a problem.
Oh, that would be unfortunate, wouldn't it?
Oh, he dodged it!
Nice dodge on the Fire Emblem, using the Fire Emblem that he has in the bottom lane. I don't think I've seen someone using a Fire Emblem across the map to dodge out that spell before. That's very cheeky on Neo style.
They're gonna lose the mid tower. This is so much pressure, my goodness.
Oh, now the lift comes in onto Lelis, throwing him back with the fear it's going to land onto the Troll Warlord, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough to save the Legion Commander. Swap's just going to bring him back, or turn around, they'll finish the job. Lelis gets dropped. A great kill in the middle lane, and more importantly, the tower is gone as well. So much of the map now being opened up for Thunder Predator. Hopefully can start to put some pressure onto the Sven and help shut down your War just a little bit.
Hey man, I said, Thunder Predator, they should snowball the first 10 minutes, and guess what? This is their game. They're mentally reset after the game 1 loss. They're back in it, boys.
This is what I mean, dude. This is what I mean. Thunder Predator, they don't care about losing games. New game, new me. All about that reset button. Get into game number 2 with a fresh face and some new boxing gloves, tied a little bit tighter than the last ones. So, Thunder Predator, what are you going to give us? Because it is time to take things into your hands. It's time to lay the smackdown. The Sven is your timer. He is going to be farming up, and either you deal with him or you put pressure on him now. And I think that's
I mean,
gonna be
taking the mid tower,
preferred option.
that's a big advantage already for
Radiant's
Thunder,
bottom
right?
tower
Because now the
is
Sven,
under
he
attack.
needs to farm behind the
Radiant
tier 1 where he used to be, and it's a lot scarier for
scared.
him to just be able to farm the 2 camps like this. And this taking this mid tower has opened up the Roshan as well. They're taking a 13-minute Roshan on the side of Thunder, and QC can't do anything about it. This Queen of Pain is too weak.
Radiant's bottom tower
They don't have
is
the team
under
fighting
attack.
capabilities on the side of QC.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Damn. They're in
Yeah.
a good spot, man. Thunder Predator this game. They're gonna get that Battle Fury
good
too
fallen.
completed.
Has fallen to the Radiant.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I think, would be worried that this troll's going Battle Fury because, you know, it's like, why is he trying to match the Sven's farm? But he's not. This item just allows you to stay on the map as a core much better, much more profitably, because you can just farm up everything super quickly and then keep on turning up the fights, keep on pressuring. It's why Ursa Battle Fury became so popular, because people actually were realizing that, wait a minute, I don't have to sit AFK in the jungle when I pick up a Battle Fury. I can actually play on that, farm super hard, and not worry about falling too far behind when I'm pushing towers, which I think is very important.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Did you see what skill Matthew has?
Oh, ooh, wow, that's a big one they want to play
Yeah.
around with.
Yeah, if he can get the
Top tower
passive
is under
skilled
attack.
up on level 8 before it runs out the
Radiant
spell steal
structures
timing in
are
45
fortified.
seconds, they take a team fight, that's huge. Because that's gonna do a bunch of damage with that extra 40% spell amp.
Yeah,
attack.
believe
But
it's a
I
kid
guess
say
like
these
QC
days.
know that. They're trying to avoid any clashes that is not around their own vision. This tier 2
Wow.
tower top is very, very low. Oh, Leostar wants to break the smoke. Oh, he sees him.
Yep. Slyfest comes down. SVG says, "Nope,
Okay.
thank you very much. I'm gonna back myself away." And yet, Leostar is actually going for the Yield Scepter next. Love to see it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sven's gonna
Big-
pick himself up a helper.
balls.
That's gonna help him in the 1v1
Dire's
matchup
top
against the
tower
Troll
is
Warlord.
under attack.
Dude, Leostar got big balls, man.
Dire's
He already
top
knew
tower
he's gonna
has
farm
fallen.
this Yules before the
Radiant's
Orchid even
middle
comes
tower
out on
is
What a
under
flex.
Quinn or something.
What an absolute
Yeah.
flex.
I mean, Quinn actually almost does have his Orchid. He's done a pretty decent job at farming his way back into his game. It's kind of helpful Sven can farm Aegis and he can farm Hero with Quinn. But it looks like Thunder are on the attack now. They took the tier 2 top. They didn't take the outpost first. So I'll look for some kills.
Yeah, that would slow them down. They want blood, not buildings.
Oh, it's
Quinn
good play
could be an
from
option,
QC.
but yeah, they
Oh,
seem
no.
to... Oh no,
Quinn
he doesn't
blinked
seem
in.
to know. Lift comes out, damage comes in, stun is there. Leostar in the neighborhood. The chain's gonna make it an easy one, and they will scoop up Quinn. Caught with his pants down.
I thought they knew because Marana saw all the heroes there, right? And then Quinn just like aggressively blinks into the small camp there and dies. Yikes.
Not a good play, not at all.
That's not
I mean,
awkward, though.
yeah, I thought they knew as well. I thought he was blinking away, and then he just kind of blinks into everyone and gets himself smashed.
Halberd on the Sven for some status assist to stop the troll from attacking him.
Yep, like that. Pick up a lot, going for the BKB
Dire's
next as
middle
well.
tower is under
I think it's
attack.
important. Maybe one day we can look towards a Aghanims on this spend, but there's a few items he needs first. To us, I'm kind of worried that the Aghanims this game might be a little bit too slow, and you'll want to pick up some damage instead. I don't know. We'll see.
He's going for the BKB first though. Anyway, you can't play this hero without BKB. It's almost impossible in professional Dota.
Oh my god. SVG takes one step up those stairs and it instantly just gets completely...
He wanted to get some information from his team. Face
Well, he
checking,
did.
like, okay guys, they're all there. Maybe you guys can split push top now. I love how Thunder are playing right now. Oh my goodness, they're gonna kill this Clop too.
Quinn,
Oh,
not again.
that
Sweet
damage.
little Quinn. The hope, the NA prodigy, just getting completely curb stomped right now in this game, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Killed off again in the
yeah.
middle lane. Under
So
Predator
good.
as well. They are rubbing that salt into
Dire's
the wound with
bottom
those
tower
voice
is
lines.
under attack.
Dude, they're gonna take this tier 2 tower
Dire's
bottom as
structures
well.
are
I mean,
fortified.
when can Sven fight? Even if he does get a BKB, he's just gonna get roared up. They're just gonna
enough.
hold that for him. Or swapped. He's gonna get swapped, right? And
Yeah.
then he has to run back into the fight with his BKB like in a really awkward position or something. I mean, dude, Thunder are playing him great. There's only like a 2k gold advantage. Oh, top though, dual
Oh, yeah, they're going on him right now. God's Strength coming out as well. Do they have the damage to finish off Leo Style? They do. They just about get him. I thought he had a glimmer of opportunity to get away with the Fire Remnant, but alas, it wasn't to be. And that is going to be Leo Style dead. I love this play from Quincy Crew, actually. They knew someone was going to come back to push back that tower, and the likelihood of that being Ember Spirit is very, very high. But now they look for the return onto Quinn here, but MJZ actually going quite early there with that Wave of Terror. And Quincy Crew are like, hey, you know what? We're a hero up. If you guys want to fight, we can fight. We can do-si-do. Meanwhile, the Aegis is actually running out on Troll relatively soon. If Quincy Crew have this... Oh, no, Quinn. Oh, no. Sweet little Quinn. Man, he had a dream. He had a dream. He was like, I'm going to silence up this troll. We're going to play around him for 20 seconds. And then when that Aegis pops, we're going to take him out. And I'll never see it coming. But unfortunately, he didn't think about his own ability to survive being like that off a sapling in a thunderstorm.
Dire's middle tower is under
I want to
attack.
say they're up only 2k gold, but that doesn't tell the whole story. And the reason is because this Beastmaster and Venge auras is like adding network onto their lineup. Because as long as they're together as 5, every hero is getting boosted. So they got Vlad's, they got Inner Beast, they got the Venge with the Vengeance aura. Also the Wave of Terror, the extra minus armor, that's going to help Troll deal more damage. Ember Spirit with the Desolator is going to help the Troll deal more damage too. So this Troll is getting stacked up on a lot of things where on the side of QC, they don't have that. All they have is the Legion Commander with the Press the Attack, right? But the Press the Attack needs to be reserved for somebody who's getting stunned up, not aggressively for damage dealing by the Sven.
Yeah, and then they've got a minus as well, which is, you know, actively about 2k gold for a pretty high attack speed item, and that's about it. Meanwhile, SVG, sorry, is going to get
Lelis
picked off.
is next. Lelis is next. They're going to chase him.
No.
They got a haste.
No. Run, Lelis. There's only
Haze in
so
one.
fast he can go, and they're going to drop the silence onto the Ember Spirit. He's not going to stop, though.
DD
this man's
haste.
fast. Haste DD, yeah. Come mess with me, gents. Meanwhile, the stun will eventually collide with him. No, never mind. He's going to dodge that as well. He's just
he's
styling out right now. Leo
Yeah, they have to
styling
save
on
him.
this game.
They have to save that Legion. They're like, guys, do everything you can. If we lose another hero here, I don't know. They might just walk high ground with all these auras. It's got a Vampire Fangs on the Troll too. My goodness. This is
Dire's middle
really,
tower
really
has fallen.
strong Troll Warlord right now. And they just keep invading and sitting here with the Troll, right? So Sven has no access to Ancients. His farm has slowed down heavily. The Sven can't go here. Because all they would do is launch a Hawk and then find the Sven. They would chase him down.
Yep, those damn Hawk drones. Always there to find you when you least want them to.
This is the only place where they can safely farm, but then that means all the heroes need to cover the Sven. And they're just chasing him out too. This feels like QC playing on Radiant side right now.
Yeah, it does, it does. This is the kind of Dota which Thunder Predator can play just as well if given the opportunity to, if given these kind of lanes. Quincy Crew, I mean, what is their comeback condition then? They've got this BKB nearly finished on the Sven. Does that give them an opportunity to take a fight?
They can smoke up, maybe the LC and the Sven. Like, they need to bait out Quinn, and then they need to smoke the LC and the Sven from behind and try to kill the Venge and the Rubik right away. And they need to kill the Venge twice, because if he's alive with the aura, that's still a problem. So they're gonna smoke up right now. How's Quinn? Does he have anything? Does he have BK? No, he's very far from.
Man, my guy's a little
BKBs.
peasant, unfortunately, in this
Radiant's
game.
top tower
Yeah, he's going for heals. That's the poor man's item.
Indeed, it is. Leo Star being seen on the front lines here. Beautiful arrow connection, but the swap comes out from MJZ. They'll take him instead. The kill
that
comes out,
damage.
they will find that kill, but MSS and SVG have already gone down. Meanwhile, Sven with the BKB just gets roared up, and MNZ, he starts tick-tacking away at him. Pop-Map Battletron's just chasing Yawar off the battlefield. Turns around for the quick little kill onto Quinn, and now Yawar's going to get himself run down. He's turning around, he's trying to man up, but unfortunately there's only so manly you can get, and this man will be taken on down. Yawar is dead. 5 heroes in the grave for Quincy Crew, Thunder Predator. They are going to take on this high ground, and to be honest, this is definitely one lane of racks, maybe even
Yep.
2. Do they even stop right here? To be honest, I mean, they must be feeling very damn good.
Dire's
Dude,
middle tower.
I wouldn't be surprised if QC just call it here,
Dire's
honestly.
middle
Yeah,
barracks are under
Their
attack.
teamfight capabilities are not possible against
Dire's middle
Thunder's
barracks
lineup.
has fallen.
Unless they kill the Troll first right away, which is very, very hard
Dire's
thing to
top
do
tower
against a
is
Vengeful
under
Spirit.
attack.
And you still got the Ember to worry about. I mean, the Troll is...
Dire's top
Oh, they're gonna
tower
commit
has
to this
fallen.
melee racks too. Sven not alive, no damage. Ember gonna chain him up. Back off.
Dire's top barracks has
Beautifully
fallen.
Damn,
done.
bro.
And this wall of creeps to protect them from the arrows incoming as well. Just making sure no one gets caught out in the backlines. Very, very clean from Thunder Predator. Oh, like, guess what? Roche is respawning in 10 seconds. How fortunate.
Okay, here we go.
do you
Last
see this
fight.
taunt?
This is all in
Radiant's
right here.
bottom tower is under attack. Are scanning.
Oh, they're
What'd
going
you say
for
about-
this? Hell yeah. The taunt
I
on
see the
Ember
spawn.
Spirit is such nonsense when he has the nunchucks. You can't chop.
Oh.
He throws a piece of meat into the air and chops it up with nunchucks, which is...
Oh, I didn't see it actually.
You can't do that. If you can chop meat with nunchucks, then I think your nunchucks
Well,
are
if
too
you
sharp.
hit it hard enough, if there's enough force.
No, it'll
I'm sure you can
obliterate.
do
It will
it.
obliterate. It's not going to get cleanly chopped into many pieces. It's going to smash everywhere and make a big mess.
There's a DD on the troll too now. Oh god.
Just saying, my immersion is being ruined. Oh yeah, this is revenge for last game. Remember when that Morph got a DD, which was way more critical than this? Now, Troll. Oh, no, the
he's
arrow
like,
comes
"Thank
into
you?"
Roche. Beautiful positioning.
Thank you for
Yeah,
the
Troll's
arrow.
like, oh, thank you very much. He doesn't have a BKB, so there's no way to stop this fear coming in. So he's
baited.
just gonna bait it. Yeah, he stops hitting Roche and is just like, alright, you wanna fear me? Fear me, fine. Thank you very much. Nice ulti, idiot. Tip comes
Tip.
out. Beautifully done. Roche is down. Aegis cheese in the hands of MND, and now, oh no, the Sven comes in at the worst possible moment. They're going to play around with him. Lift comes out. They're going to be able to take down MSS's will. Scream will come through and do a little tiny modicum of damage, but unfortunately, they're just going to chop
GG.
up good and proper.
That's
And
it.
yeah, the G to the G is dropped. And game number 2 will go to Thunder Predator. We've got a series on our hands, ladies and gents.
Are under radiant victory.
Dude. I'm telling you, Vengeful Spirit. It's a perfect,
It's a hero.
absolutely perfect hero against QC's playstyle. So perfect. This is what I said at the start of the draft. I love it. I love it. And if QC, they figure it out, they should realize the Venge is a real problem. Even that game they lost against Crazy, it wasn't the Medusa. It was actually the Venge Medusa combo that made it so strong. So get rid of this Venge, right? If you're QC, because these auras are just really ruining your perception of your advantage and your fighting abilities and such things. And hopefully Quinn also next game is not getting destroyed by Leo Styles' Ember Spirit. I think he had a very different idea of how the mid lane was going to go, but Ember doing very good in the first 2 waves. You hear mid players talk about this all the time. The first 3 waves are the most important. If you blunder the first 2 waves, then the snowball is just imminent from your opponent.
Yeah, it's so hard to play into, and this is kind of like, you know, as I said, I love what you said before the series, that none of these games were going to be long. All of them were going to be just stomps in one way or the other. You know, I think one of these teams has to figure out how to